today we're gonna see what's going on with this destroyed ignition switch here. We need to take this out and put a new one in. That'll be one of the first things we need to do. You can see the wiring is just everywhere. They've already taken a bunch of it apart. I want to look back there, see what they've got, see what's the haps, and then past that, we gotta figure out what to. Okay, we're back. We're close. We have got it this far, and now I've got that piece I pushed in. You can see it right there. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Little metal piece, right there. Got that pushed in a bit, so it's a bit further. So now we're just gonna try to see if there's anything else holding it up, and it's gonna come out. And there you go. After an hour of wrangling and wrangling and wrangling, that sucker came out. We had to drill the hell out of that thing, and then this side was stuck on this side, and I figured out if I could push on one side, it kind of came out the other. And yeah, sorry, my fingers. Yeah, and we did it without really destroying this thing as much as I did some damage to it, but not nearly as bad as I would have thought. Or actually not. I did okay. We'll get this cleaned up, and one little tiny hole there, a little there, but I think we can probably reuse that. It really fought me. So whereas probably Ron, I'm assuming, I don't know who, but it's the previous owner, went through the middle and had some success. I tried that for a little while and decided I was gonna try my hand at going to the side and getting this pushed in, and I had a lot of success doing that. Broke this other piece off, and eventually, after I don't know how long, an hour or two, something, it finally came out. So I went ahead and stayed closer to this diagram here that I got from Midwest Bayless on how to connect up the ignition switch. When I say closer, it's difficult. These two are connected on my particular ignition switch. I've got two. I've got a black. I don't have a white, but I got a brown. I've got another pink, but it's not of the same thickness as this one. And then I've got another one. So yeah, and I had too many, so I went 2-to-1 to this other INT. So we're gonna try that and see what happens. But I suspect my issue could be, I could have other issues too. But one thing at a time. So we're still learning on this bad boy. This is the 850. Good times. And today I spent some time getting all this wiring put back together. The brown here, and this goes over to the starter. There was only one that was missing. This black one was already there, so I'm kind of going on faith that the black one that's here is actually the ground. And when the red one there is it had 50 on it, so that one for sure is the ignition. That one I know about. The brown there, so that one provides power to both sides. And then this yellow, I think, is some sort of indicator light, and the gray goes up to this contraption here, which is some sort of a voltage regulator of some kind. You can kind of see the gray wire, I think. And then it does, I don't know what. Cool. So then I looked at other ones, and this looked completely backwards, so I flipped this around. We'll get the timing right eventually, but I just wanted to get it so I could start it. And then I'm not 100% sure that this goes over to the distributor cap, or I'm sorry, the coil. Oh my God. The coil. And I just found an older one that I had because the one they gave me didn't fit. And so I just plugged this one in for now. Hopefully I can get good spark out of it. We shall see. So then, what else did I do? Plug this guy in here. That looked pretty obvious. I'm gonna kind of, I think, just do something and kind of that together. Oh yeah, so then I was looking at this, the carburetor here, and this little guy right there. And you can see that it wasn't connected, and I happened to It's like, I needed one of those little clips or something right there. And I happened to, just want to look around for it. I had this Harbor Freight special washer and seal assortment. And you can see right in the middle there, it's got this little tiny clip. And I'm like, I wonder if that'll be a perfect fit. And I'll be doggone if it isn't. Look at that. I mean, that's not going anywhere. That might work just right. So we've got some work to do. We got to get those connected up, figure out everything else, and we'll see if she'll run eventually. Do some research to see if I'm not doing something wrong on that. So that is not that. That is something else. That's that one. I don't know if that brown one meant to go to the starter, to the alternator, how that's supposed to go. Is that supposed to go on there or there? I do not know. Maybe it goes straight on the starter one. I don't know. All right, so we got to do some research on where that brown wire goes. Otherwise, yeah, I don't want to guess. I'm already guessing. I don't want to guess worse. So I went ahead and changed that wire, and then I tested it, and sure enough, I now have 12 volts to the alternator, and we did the smoke test and it passed. And then I tried to crank the starter again and it just goes click, 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 click. So I suspect, based on where I got this thing and what I've had to put back together so far, that they were in the middle of replacing the starter when it got parked. Because so far, I mean, I had to put this back on, these two belts, all this was off. This is loose. Even this guy's loose here. The thermostat housing, pretty much everything that has to do with getting at that starter was loose or is loose. This was disconnected, everything. So I don't think you have to take all that off to get that starter off, but definitely there's a click, 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 and that's a bad sign. The only thing I can think of to check is, and I don't know why that would matter, is anything with this box here looks rusty, but even that looks kind of okay. So, and that's kind of coming, I don't think that has anything to do with the starter. It's just not actuating. It's definitely hitting the switch, click, and then nothing. So I think we've got it wired right. That's good news. And so now we have to order a new starter. So we're gonna be putting this project on hold for a little bit until we have a new starter. Give me that 10 again.
Oh, I thought this was the 10 mil, Dad. The mini tiny one.
They both are.
Oh.
What am I hitting? Every other one is a 10 mil. This one is
A 20 mil?
Can't tell.
I don't know, 10, 20, 30.
Okay, I'm hitting an edge there. Okay. All right, that explains why that is bizarre. Why would 3 of them be one size and the last one be bigger than the other 3? Can you explain that?
No, I cannot. I have no idea.
Let me try an 11. I mean, I don't know.
These are both 10 mil.
That fits. 11 fits. I'll be dipped.
Got it first try. Good job. Good job, mate.
Yeah. That is bizarre. Why would 3 of them be 10 and one of them be 11? I was going to use my favorite Larry the Cable Guy joke, but I can't steal his material too. I steal everybody else's material. So this carburetor is OD30DICA. Whatever that means. We'll have to look it up. It's got not much to it really, but we'll have to kind of see how she works. Let's have a little look at this carburetor from 4 sides, just so we can get a sense for what's what. This looks like your fuel coming in and or out. I can't tell which is which because they're both about the same size. Okay, let's look at the other back. Got the thing to nowhere. We have this side, which has all your linkage. It goes like that, right? Simpler linkage than others. Little unresponsive there. It's not quick. I'm used to it though, something being quicker. See that? I wonder why it's so like slow to. I don't know. I mean, it may not be wrong. Okay, here's your choke. It was there, and it comes back. You gotta keep it pulled. So that connects your choke cable, and that seems to be working. And that connects up to here. So to take this apart, you'll have to take this apart, the top, you'll have to disconnect this thing right there, looks like, and get it back on. How hard can that be, right? Tiny microscopic little things. Yeah, piece of cake. Don't break it. Yep. It's got a spring on it, and then looks like it has something here. This thing comes back down, maybe. Interesting. All right, well, we're gonna wait for the kit to come in, and then we'll work on it. There's your gasket to your carburetor. It has the word Carnival on it. 25 cents if you could tell me what that was. Cracker Jack box. Well, this is a very interesting problem. You'll notice that there's only two bolts on here, and there's a third one. So I took this, I happen to find out that's loose, so I took it off. And you look, there is no place to put a third bolt, and this looks broken off. I can't, it's hard for me to get in there to see, but yeah, that looks cracked off. Okay, so this is our first bench test. This is live. I haven't done this in real life yet, where we're going to test this starter. I pulled it out of the 850 a little bit ago, and so we've got two terminals. I believe that one's ground, this one's positive, so it's going to the positive of the battery. The ground, it's got a ground terminal, and then this one here is connected up to the ignition switch. So if it just goes click, so it's coming out, but it's not turning. And that's pretty much what it was doing in the car as well. Okay, so the only thing I did differently was I rolled that a few times, and I connected the ground straight to one of these guys instead of to this back terminal. Here we go. Now it works like it's supposed to. Okay, I think we learned something. All right, well, we got the starter back in, buried deep in the bowels of the thing that's back there. Hard to see, it's up there, there it is. And I think I got it wired back up, got everything back together, and I'm ready to do a first test to put the battery back on. So far, no smoke, so that's a good sign. So let's give it a go and see if she'll finally crank. If not, then it'll be interesting. I guess for starters, we should just make sure that I have voltage. I'll check that real quick. Okay, so we're going to do a quick test and see if the starter actually works now that we've got a better ground on it. And also, I put in one of these little light testers to see if we have any spark. Okay, so we're going to give it a shot and see if we have spark after making some adjustments. Okay, you ready, Karsten?
Yep.
Okay, contact.
We have spark.
I'm gonna do this.
Contact. Do it for about 10 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds at least. Do it again. on. Okay. Go ahead. Go a little longer. Oh, stop. Do it again. Okay, hold on.
Why are you filming me?
Go ahead. Stop. Just stop for now. I don't know why it's kind of going zip and then zip. You got to appreciate that. That you know that the carburetor repair kit came with a one-page instruction. Got to appreciate that a lot, I think. And it actually matches the carburetor. Look at that. Amazing. Very exciting. All right, go ahead. All right, stop. I was getting spark. Hold on a second. Yeah, so I was looking for a way to tell if I had compression on number one spark plug. Not compression, but whether it was a compression cycle or exhaust cycle. They said, talking about, I figured, well, I could hollow out a spark plug, and this was my first attempt, and I saw something about break it off and then bang it down, and that kind of worked. And so I was going to use this one, and it's hollow, except that it doesn't fit. So I had to try again, and then I tried it several times, it didn't work. Well, it turns out the way to do it is that there's this little seal right here, and then you break that off, and then the whole thing comes out. And so that's kind of the trick, to take apart an old spark plug and use it for this method. So then what I did was I took a balloon and I put it over the top of this, and then put it on cylinder number one over here, because I think my timing's way off, so I want to figure out which one's cylinder one. So come on over here and so you can see the cylinder number one where the balloon is. And so right now, I think, from what I can tell, I was just at, I'll do a full revolution all the way around. So keep an eye on this distributor here, and you'll see pretty clearly which one is, as you're moving. See that? Boom. That's how you know that's the compression stroke right there. So this right here, that's number one. It tells you that right there. Have a nice day.
Yes.
Bring the thunder.
That's not good.
I'm ready.
Okay, contact. Okay, stop. Let's point that kind of this way. See what happens. All right. I think we got everything here. Ready for a start attempt here. Okay, we're pumping up the electric pump on the spare gasoline canister. That's probably enough to cause some damage. We don't want to run it forever. Okay. Let's see what she'll do. Contact. Wow, that was easy. Let me give it a little guess. I can hear the vacuum leak. You know? It's just like at idle, it's fine. Maybe a timing adjustment. Still got a bit of smoke coming out of the exhaust side, but it's getting better, I think. And then it ran out of gas, which it's supposed to do. Because I only had so much in there. Well, it's idling okay.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not, you know, it,
Got to figure out the vacuum lines.
yeah, you know, I got them hooked up. But yeah, there may be some adjustments to make here. I haven't done anything with the carburetor in terms of adjusting the this guy here, this guy here. Of course, I don't know anything about it either, like how to do it. I see these guys, oh yeah, just make these slight adjustments. It says idle fine. The idle seem to be like no problemo. That's really good. I think that
Me too.
that was doing really well.